Good morning, everyone. I think this is like my first time doing a live via YouTube through Zoom. So hopefully it's working. Now I can see that there are a few. You would give me like a huge favor if you could just type something in the comment and say that you are seeing me, you are hearing me, so I can make sure that I'm not talking to myself, which is absolutely fine. I've done that plenty of times in my career where I was talking to myself and I was happy to do so. And it's absolutely fine. But anyway, it would be really good if you could let me know because I can see like a few settings here that are not okay, visibility, public. Oh my God, I am such like, and that is not okay. 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 Well, let's start. Let's see. Let's start. And if you like it, like, so, okay, so if you cannot comment, maybe you are on your phone, but if you can like the video so I can see if it's actually working because I've got such a big topic today and I'm just gonna go on and just go into a little bit of details, and it'd be such a shame if it's not going through. Maybe I'll just check on my phone.
I've got such a big topic today.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, it looks like I'm live and it looks like, oh, did I get a heart? Did I get a heart? I don't know. Right, okay. So if you don't know me and if you are new to this channel, my name is Sabrina Hall. I am a self-mastery mentor and a neuro-linguistic programming coach, which means that I'm helping my clients rewrite the narrative, rewire the brain, changing the thought pattern by using neuro-linguistic programming so they can think differently, they can think positively, they can think in a way that is a match for what they are trying to achieve in life, starting a new project, starting something like a new habit. And they can feel different about that, and they can also act differently because remember, when we are thinking certain thoughts, they have an impact on how we feel, right? The emotions do not come to us, we are creating the emotions. And knowing that for me was really empowering. So we are thinking the thoughts which are creating the emotions, and this is what determines what actions we take on a daily basis. If we're feeling, not so well, if we're feeling demotivated, if we're feeling uninspired, if we're feeling, guilty and shameful and fearful, this is going to create the actions that are going to match that. So you're not going to take actions, you're going to maybe get into a rut, a pattern that is very uncomfortable, that you desperately want to get out. But if you're not changing the thought pattern, it's going to be really hard for you to really create a quantum leap, to really change your situation. And not only doing that, but doing that consistently and having the momentum. So it becomes part of who you are. It becomes part of your, new identity. Does that make sense so far? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. So hopefully I can see the comments because, yeah, like I said, it's absolutely totally new for me, YouTube. So I've got like a few concepts that I would like to share with you today, and I'm gonna get my notes so I make sure that I am on track with that. So first of all, do you relate to that feeling of being stuck in a rut, or feeling like every day is a little bit the same, feeling like that you want something spicy, you want something extra in your life. You feel like the thoughts that you have are the same, the actions that you do are the same, you're feeling the same way every day, you know, you're doing the same things. And this is like just, you know, something that is absolutely normal. It's something that many people experience, right? This is not, you're not the only one. So just wanted to put that out there, because so many people can feel like, you know, they're different, or what's wrong with me? You know, what can I be happy? What can I be grateful for what I have? And, you know, this is so common. So just know that if this is how you're feeling, you know, just be reassured that this is okay, this is normal. Now, the difference between you and maybe someone who is going to stay in that rut is that you are willing to find a way to create a change in your life. And I've been coaching clients since 2019, and the common thing that I see, right, that really impact people in terms of being stuck in a rut or feeling like there is a stagnant energy in their life, is that it usually happens to people who are multi-passionate. So I'm talking with women in general here. This is who I'm supporting mainly. So women who are multi-passionate, women who are feeling like they have big dreams and they can't feel like they're fitting fully in society. Most of their friends maybe are happy with the life that they have. And so these women are feeling a little bit like the odd one out. They feel a little bit misunderstood when they are, you know, when they dare to share what they want to do, the kind of lifestyle that they want to have, the magical lifestyle. They are met by people who are saying that, you know, things to belittle them, or people don't understand what they want, and people are, you know, saying, well, this is just life, this is just how it is, you know, you're expecting something too much, this is not possible. They have a certain mindset that is quite limiting, that is stopping you, if this is you as the woman who is multi-passionate, who wants to create so much more. And you might meet people like that who are not on the same wavelength as you. If you are multi-passionate, if you are wanting to do it all, yeah, but you are also a perfectionist, and you find yourself starting a lot of things but never finishing them, and then you get frustrated, and then you feel like there's something wrong with you, and then you are kind of a bit hard on yourself, right? And you wonder why, you know, this is happening. You wonder why, you know, you haven't made it, or yeah, like, you know, you're very successful. You have that mentality. You know, you're a high achiever. You are ambitious, but sometimes, you know, because you want so many things, and you're multi-passionate, sometimes your energy gets diluted in the wrong places. And so today I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the woman who is ambitious, who is feeling a little bit alone sometimes in her dreams and what she wants to create and what she wants to birth on this earth, right? Whether that is writing a book, creating a podcast, starting a new career, opening a new business. Maybe you want to find the love of your life. Maybe you want to create a more loving relationship with yourself. Maybe you want to get into a fitness journey. Maybe you want to start a new project and a foundation. Maybe there's so many things that you want to do, right? But sometimes it can feel like a little bit overwhelming when you are in day-to-day life and you have responsibilities. And this is why sometimes you start something, you feel really motivated, and then you stop. And then you're hard on yourself. And then you're wondering what's wrong, why you're not able to do it. You've got so much potential to make this work. You've got so much energy in you. You've got so much, like, you've got such a big heart. You have empathy, you're really connected to your emotions, you're really connected to other people. And sometimes, you know, it does impact you because you are putting people first so many times on top of, like, above your needs and desires, because there's a part of you that feels like, you know, it would be selfish, or that you're not grateful for what you have already. What I want to do today is really helping you uncover what is stopping you from creating the life that you want. And just so you know, there is no big dreams. There's not, dreams that are too big for me. So you can really share anything with me. Like I'm up for those like massive badass dreams. I'm up for like massive impact, worldwide ideas that ideas that are going to change the world. Just big thinkers, trailblazers. And I know this is you. And I know sometimes, you feel like the odd one out, or you feel so unique, and you feel like, because you are, but you feel a little bit, outside of the mass. But we need people like you. We need people who have those ideas. This is how we can change the world, with like strong, powerful women who have strong ideas. Now you need somebody to support you. You need somebody to reassure you. You need somebody to help you see what your blind spots are and see where you are limiting yourself. Because I promise you that this is the only thing that stops you, is your thoughts, is what you believe. Right? And if you are surrounded if you are surrounded by people that are part of the mass, who are happy to have an okay life and are happy to have just what they need, it's going to be really hard for you to break the ceilings, for you to break the limits, for you to feel inspired. You've got to hang out with people who are also inspiring, who are also motivated, who are maybe a few steps above you in terms of success or achievements, so you can feel alive, so you can be activated in you. There was a time in my life where I was hanging out with the wrong people. I was really seeking people's approval. I was seeking people's love and connection. And I was ready to forget about my needs and desires. And I was ready to forget about my values and what I found important, because I was so desperate to have friendship. I would accept any friends. Now, these friends were disrespecting me. They were taking a lot from me. I felt like a victim. I felt like I was just abused and, like taking advantage of my kindness and my empathy. And those people, didn't want me to succeed. They wanted me to be part of them, and part of, let's be okay, and let's just play small, and let's just go drinking, and let's judge over people for their success, and let's criticize over people. So you've got to really watch out who you are hanging with, who you are hanging around with. Is that how you say? You've got to be careful with that. So anyway, this is not like the topic of the video, but I thought of explaining that, because it's so important that you surround yourself with people who are really on the same page as you. All right. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so the first thing, in order for you to break free from your day-to-day rut of life and build momentum with creating the magical life that you want, the first thing is the power of focus. It's shifting from what you don't want to what's possible. So, for example, with most of my clients, when they come on board, there is a common thread that is happening, is I want this, I want that, right? They know what they want, but it's kind of covered with what they don't want. I hate this part of my life. I don't want that relationship with my partner. It's draining me. This is so annoying me. And my relationship with my children, I feel really tired. I can't get them to eat. I can't get them to sleep on time. Oh, this is so tiring. I want some money, but I can't do it because, my boss is not letting me have a promotion. I don't feel appreciated. I'm working really hard, but I don't feel seen. And it's so hard for me. I want a business, but I can't because, I don't have the time. I'm exhausted by the end of the day. I've got to prepare the food for the day after, the laundry, and my husband is not supportive. When we are talking in that way, and you're not necessarily talking out loud, right? But if in your mind this is a narrative, if in your mind the narrative is I want that, but it comes from a contracting energy where the want that you want, right? What you want is actually creating frustration and anger and feeling disheartened or feeling like it's not gonna work, you know, this is going to, like, this is one thing that is so important, and this is a huge mindset shift that you need to adopt. Because if you carry on focusing on what you want and you can't have, and what's not working, and why it's not working, and what you are doing here is feeding your brain, feeding your ego the proof to why you can't have what you want. When you operate from that energy, when you operate from stress and from overwhelm and from this contracting energy, it's going to feel really hard to get what you want. Now, it doesn't mean that you cannot get what you want. It just means that you're gonna grind, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna push, you're gonna try to manipulate and control your external environment. You're going to force, and it's going to feel really unpleasant. You're going to operate from a place of fear. I want that, I need that, I've got to get that, but it's not working. Everything is in my way, where I live, my boss, my husband, my children, the money, the time, the energy, everything is against me. Does that make sense? This mindset shift is one of the most powerful mindset shift you could ever get. Now, there is a part of you that might be craving strategies. Sabrina, give me some strategies. Give me what I need to do concretely. Like, what is it that I need to do? Do I need to write things down? Do I need to, open my calendar and do a Google search and do this and meet, there are so many strategies that I can give you. The thing is, this is where a lot of people go wrong. When we seek strategies, we seek a shortcut. There is no shortcut for the thing that you want. If there was, you would have got it already, and people would have showed you how to get it, right? And your strategies will only work in a consistent way if your mindset is on board with that. If in your mind the narrative is negative, is blaming and judging and criticizing yourself, blaming everything and everyone, you're going to have a pretty hard time to apply the strategy for like 5, 10, 20, 30 years. The thing that you are resisting the most is the thing that you need to focus on. The magic pill exists. The magic pill is you doing the inner work. It's you focusing on mastering your computer up there. It's you mastering your emotions, because we are driven, our actions are driven by our emotions. So if your emotions are desperations, anger, frustration, and you're not motivated, you're not all of that, right? This is going to be really hard for you to take the right actions. So if you could take something from today, and we're not finished yet, but if you could take something from today, it's going to be playing and being curious with that one mindset shift, which is around focusing on what is possible and the solutions, and how you can be playful, how you can create what you want. and focusing on baby steps instead of focusing on the main big wild dream. If one of your dreams is to write a book, what do you like? Thinking of the end of the book and creating the book is going to take away the pleasure because you are focusing on the outcome. You have to focus on the journey, what would be really fun, because this is part of your life. You're not living this life to arrive at the moment where you're dying, right? I've made it. I've made it. I've made it to the end. Yeah. It's about the journey. It's about how much joy and how much love are you able to generate in your life? How much fun are you able to generate in your life every single day? Because this is going to create amazing mindset shifts for you. This is going to make you do the actions that you need with so much more fun. I'm telling you. Now, life will throw things at us. It throws stuff at anyone, the successful one or the not so successful one. Anybody has, is experiencing life, and it's really like understanding that yes, you can cultivate joy and you can create joy and fun and laughter every day. This could be your intention. But also, it's important to know and to remember that it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Like life is going to happen, and there'll be moments where things are going to be difficult and challenging. How are you in those moments? Are you going to let your brain control you, or are you going to take charge of your own computer? Are you going to let the narrative, the old programming, the old narrative run by itself? Oh, I told you, things are not going to last. This is not going to work. As soon as a challenge comes in, oh, here we go again. See how unlucky you are. It's not going to work. This is always happening to you. Why is this happening to you? And now you're going to have to start again. What are people going to think? Are people going to think it's ridiculous? You had this big dream and now you failed and you're falling, and people are going to judge us, and people are going to say, oh, see, I told you so. This is the key here. You've got to be in your sovereign. You've got to practice that every single day. You've got to be aware of your mindset. Now, the second point is embracing growth mindset, overcoming limiting belief and embracing possibility. What is very, very key in creating growth and creating a change in your life or in your business, whatever that is, right, is self-awareness. Self-awareness is one of the most powerful tools you could ever have. Is understanding and seeing how your computer runs, how the programming is happening, what's going on in the programming. Because if you want to be, in control, I don't know what word I could use, but because in control feels a little bit like obsessive, but it's not. It's more like, mastering and training your brain. The first thing that you've got to do, and this is something that I tell all my clients from the beginning, is self-awareness, is being aware of your narrative in your mind. Is being aware on every single day, when you are driving your car, what is going on in your head? What kind of thoughts are happening? What kind of limiting beliefs are happening that are ruling your life? Your ego is very, very often in the driver's seat of your life. It will dictate what you do or do not do. Your ego is not a bad thing, right? Your ego is amazing. Like your ego is what's protecting you ultimately. But the thing is, we don't need protections from, you know, starting a new business or starting a book or writing a blog or having a podcast or whatever, you know. The ego creates a lot of emotions that can be very much compared to emotions when we are in real danger, when we have to escape a predator or someone who wants to cause us harm, or when we're feeling like we're physically in danger, or when we're feeling like, we are at a risk of dying. And this is what's going on here, because when we are born, we are only born with two fears, which are ingrained in our system. That's it. The fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. Every other fears have been learned. And you've heard me say that many, many times. If they have been learned, they can be unlearned, which is incredible to know and very, very empowering. Now, what is happening is that if you are not paying attention to your fears and the belief system that is attached to those fears, what's happening for most people, they grow into teenager and young people and adults and older adults and a bit older and older. They become more and more and more and more fearful on a physical level, emotional level, and mental level, to the point when they become elderly and they don't dare to come out of their house because their fears has been ruling them for so much. The programming is very ingrained into one that is fear everything, fear talking to strangers, fear to go out of your house, right? This is why it's really key that you get back on the driver's seat. If you don't want to end like an older person who's scared of moving their body or doing anything, you've got to take charge here, because otherwise this is what's going to happen. If you're not taking risks, if you're not learning how to feel safe in outside of your comfort zone and trusting that you'll be okay, trusting that you have learned so many tools during your life that you can use when you go into the unknown, when you go into unknown territories. Because you know what? Every single day, you don't know what's going to happen. You can have the best plan ever. You can feel like you're in charge, but something will happen that you didn't plan, and you will overcome that, and you will surprise yourself. And you didn't plan that. Imagine if you run your life every day, if you do your life every day, knowing what's going to happen every day, you'll be living in fear all the time. You'll be like living in apprehension. Oh my God, I'm going to have like a confrontation with somebody at a supermarket tomorrow. But you don't know all those things in advance. Yet, every single day, as little as it is or as big as it is, you will go out of your comfort zone. Right? It will be something new that you will experience. Now, what if you could create your own your discomfort zone? What if you could just choose yourself and go, well, today I want to do something different. Today I want to go out of my comfort zone. Today I want to connect with an old colleague and talk about a project that I've been thinking about, and I want to know what his thoughts are. Today, I want to run 5K and see how it feels like. Just learn how to train your brain to go outside of your comfort zone. And whilst you are almost in control of that, you decide to go out of your comfort zone. You decide to write a book. You decide to start a podcast. You decide to write a blog or whatever you want to do, okay? You decide to create a foundation or a charity. And you just learn along the way. You just trust yourself that you've got enough skills to overcome any challenges that will come your way. And if you haven't got the skills, you will learn those skills. And so it's really important to this is how you can embrace the growth mindset. And this is also how you start becoming familiar with your programming, with the kind of thoughts and beliefs that are happening that are going to try and stop you. What I want you to do is, you can do it now, you can do it later, is to take a piece of paper and a pen and really write things down. When you are thinking about a dream that you have, let's say writing a book, and you write down on the piece of paper, I want to write a book. What is coming up for you? What is coming up for you? What limiting beliefs are stopping you from starting? And once you are starting, what limiting belief will try to stop you from starting, from carrying on, and from losing your momentum? Your ego will find any excuses and any reasons as to why you cannot start, you cannot continue, and you cannot finish what you want. You will, if you're not taking charge of your mind, you will believe those beliefs. You will see those beliefs as factual. I don't have the resources. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough space. I don't know the right people. I'm too young. I'm too thin. I'm not pretty enough. I am not clever enough. I am not knowledgeable enough. I don't live in the right location. I don't have the right people around me. You will find any reasons. People will judge me. People will criticize me. What are people gonna think? You gotta stop, because this is not how you're gonna get your best life and your best magical life. It will take a little bit of work. It will take you to get to places that are really uncomfortable. You will be challenging your ego. If you've been stuck in a rut, the only way for you to get out is for you to challenge your ego, is for you to challenge yourself, so you can rewrite the programming of your brain. So when you start doing exciting things, you start understanding that you are really powerful, that you are really resourceful, that you are amazing, that you are smart enough, that you are good enough, that you are worthy enough, that you have all of that, that there is nothing that is different between you and somebody who has the life that you want. The only difference is the mindset. And you can train it, because you're in there. You're the one in charge. So you can train it. I'm telling you that I've trained people's mindset for like the past nearly 5 years now. And they came from maybe feeling very much like a lack of self-love, lack of motivation. They hated themselves. Some of them, not all of them. They feel like nothing could happen, nothing good for them. They were in that victim mentality of things never work out for me. To loving themselves, having a thriving life, making more money, finding the love of their life, living abusive and toxic relationships. They found themselves again. They reconnected with who they were at the core, which is limitless, 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 limitless. Okay? Your ego is limited, and it's going to show you why you can't do certain stuff. When you connect with your higher self, the self that has it all, the future self, the soul that has got no limits, that thinks that everything is abundance and everything is limitless, like the universe. This is your birthright, and this is who you are, limitless being. Right? Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. Everything is opportunities. Everything is solution. Everything is love. Everything is abundance. The only thing that is making you think otherwise is your ego, is your mindset. You've got to train it. Number 3, cultivating resilience, turning setbacks into springboards for change. It's very important that you realize that when things are not working out for you, it doesn't mean that you are not meant for that you are not meant for your dreams, that this is not for you. That is really BS, because this is why people do not create momentum. When they start something and they start getting out of their rut or start a new project or whatever, the reason why they're not keeping at it is because they're making the failures and the setbacks mean something about them. This failed, people don't like me, it's not working out for me, I'm just unlucky, I don't have what it takes, this is not who I am. Who was I to think that I could make this work? Who was I to think that I could write a book? Who was I to say that, oh, I could do that? This is ridiculous. That idea is stupid. I just should be happy with what I've got. I've got enough. That's fine. Most people around me seem happy, so I'd be happy with that too, You start convincing yourself that what you want is not for you. As soon as something gets hard, as soon as something gets challenging, you make it mean something about you. It's got nothing to do with you. Your setbacks and your failures, or when you're falling off the wagon, when things don't work out, when things don't work out your way, right? Your way. These are just feedback. These are just data. Right? This is just data. It's just telling you what's working, what's not working. It's just feedbacks. It's just telling you what you need to work on, what you need to tweak, and all of that, right? That's it. Don't make it mean anything about you. There's nothing to do with you. Maybe you need more knowledge on something. Get the knowledge. Maybe you need to talk with the right person. Get help. Get supported. Don't do it on your own. Be surrounded by people who are doing what you want to do. Ask questions, get out of your own way, remove your ego and your pride and get the support. Ask the questions. Say, I need help, I want to do this. How do you do it? Be curious, be playful, and all of that. You can do it. There's nothing stopping you. And I know that because I've been helping hundreds of people, right? Like online for the past 5 years. Like, I know. The only thing stopping you, is what you're telling yourself, is the narrative. There is no failure, there is no giving up unless you decide to stop. Unless you're making mean something about you. Your setbacks are just feedbacks. That's it. Use that as a learning curve. Reframe the situation. Tell yourself, that is amazing. I love it when I know when something is not working, because I know now, like, this is not the way and maybe that is the way. It's a game. It's a game. You are playing the game. This life is game. Game over comes when you're dying. You haven't died yet. Okay? So just use that as a game. What can you do? How can you have fun? How can you make this possible? How can you see the problems as opportunities for growth? How can you see the challenges as little puzzles and exciting things that are happening, instead of going, oh my God, this is something about me, I'm not made for that, blah, 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 blah. Your ego is taking charge. What if you could have a little peek behind the ego veil and look at infinite possibilities, limitless opportunities, utter abundance behind that veil? This is what's waiting for you. So stop making it mean something about you. You have everything in your power to do it. You just have to rewire your brain so you can think positively. You can be solution focused. You can think motivating thoughts, inspiring thoughts. You can feel good, you can feel alive, you can feel limitless. Nothing and no one will give you that and will make you feel alive or make you feel happy. When you create that magical life, it comes from within. You've got to feel unstoppable, you've got to feel unshakable and limitless and abundance to create what you want. People are going the other way around. People are trying to create that life to feel complete, to feel alive, and to feel what they want to feel. This is not going to work. I know so many people who have the perfect life, who have the job, they have the children, they have the location, they have the money, they have the body, they have everything, and they're not happy. Why? Because on the inside, they're not cultivating, they're in a place of lack where they feel like the outside is going to give them something on the inside. It is not. You've got to cultivate that. And in order to cultivate those, all the feels, all the amazing feeling, you've got to master your mind. I can't be more clear than that. How? You do what I'm telling you to do, and you get supported. Okay, so what I do is coaching and neuro-linguistic programming. It's a form of therapy which is very, very fast, very easy. I bypass the logical brain and I go straight to the subconscious to rewire your brain so you have the right thoughts, the thoughts that you want, so you can create the emotions, so you feel unstoppable, you feel unshakable, you know that you can create the life that you want. It's not even pretending that you've got the life that you want. And, it's, you are made for that. You just bathe into the knowing that you are utterly and completely limitless and that you can just create whatever you want, right? So, this is the inner work. This is the deep, deep work. By the way, if you are watching this, just know that I will be leading a powerful 2-day in-person event in Totnes in Devon in the UK. And that's going to be incredible. Wherever you live, if you're not living in Totnes, come, because we are going to go really deep. It's not for you if you are at the beginning stage of personal development or self-help and therapy and all of that, because this is going to be a really deep coaching, spiritual healing journey. Your ego is going to feel challenged and you are going to create an exponential growth within your life or within your career or within your business, whatever you want to create in this life, right? Day one is going to be all about the collapsing of the ego. And day two is going to be the rising of the soul. The amount of stuff that you're going to break free from during those 2 days is going to be insane. I've got so many plans for you. I've got so many juicy little things that I'm going to get you to see and feel and experience that you cannot not create a quantum transformation. It's going to blow your mind so much that you're going to leave that place and weeks after you're going to talk about it. I promise you that. So make sure you are letting me know if you want to join. We are doing this on the 13th and 14th of July. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Right. Number 4, mindfulness and presence, finding liberation in the present moment. Now, the problem that we see a lot of the time is when we want something, when we want to create something, we, like I said at the beginning of the video, we come from that place of contraction. We know what we want briefly, or we don't. It's very vague, but we know what we don't want. Okay? So you're focusing on, I don't want this, I don't want that, this is not working, this is shit, oh, my children are driving me mad, my boss is driving me insane, my boss is not appreciative of me, I want to start my business, but I can't, it's always raining, oh, this is so awful, I don't have the time, oh, I'm dead at the end of the day, I can't wait to go to bed, I've got no energy, I don't want this life, I don't want this body, I don't want these relationships, I don't want the drama. Like many people focus on what they don't want. And when we're doing that, we are in our mind, we are thinking about the future. We get scared to be in that situation for too long or much more longer. And we go, oh my God, how long is that going to last? And you're thinking about the future. You're like, oh, I can't carry on like that. Or you're thinking about the past. You are ruminating. You are in that narrative of thinking, worrying about the future that is very uncertain, or worrying about the past and ruminating on the past. When you are doing that, you are sending yourself further and further and further away from the possibility of creating what your soul desires. When you are bathing in the present moment, when you are focusing on yourself, when you are focusing on what's good, what you are grateful for, what you love about your life, you are starting to create amazing energy in the body. You will be vibrating at a different frequency than the one that is ruminating, feeling hopeless, feeling angry, feeling frustrated. When you are cultivating good, feel good energy, abundance, and you are in the present moment, when you are breathing good in a healthy way, when you are regulating your nervous system, when you are noticing that the mind is going in the future or the past, which is totally normal, you are bringing it back gently with love, grace, and compassion, and you are staying present. You are staying present with what is happening right now. You are connecting with your soul. You are connecting with your body. You are connecting with your desires in the present moment. So you close your eyes, you think about your lifestyle, and you're trying to bring the feelings in the present moment. How does it feel right now when you close your eyes? How does it feel right now when you are focusing on your dream life? When you're focusing on celebrating your book launch? When you are focusing on celebrating your dream house, your dream car? You are focusing on celebrating earning bigger amounts of money. When you are staying in there in the moment present, I promise you that obviously your emotions will change. Your vibration and frequency will change. When this is changing, and when you are feeling all the amazing and exciting feelings and emotions, it's going to be much easier for you to attract what you want. You will notice the most incredible synchronicities happening in your life. The right people will come to you. The right people will share things with you. You will attract friends that are inspiring you. You will attract mentors and teachers. You'll start to sleep better. You'll feel more energized. Do you know how much energy it takes from you when you are worrying and ruminating? You cannot operate from a place of fight or flight and fear. The brain doesn't make a difference between what you imagine and a real life experience. So when you are worrying and you're thinking about the worst future, when you are ruminating, you are sending that image to your brain, and the brain will create the same hormones and the same chemical reaction as if you are literally threatened in your day-to-day life by an actual thing. You've got to understand that this is what's stopping you from creating what you want, but this is also what will allow you to create what you truly desire. So you've got to train that part of yourself. Number 5, action over inaction, harnessing momentum to break the cycle of routine. This is where we've got to pay more attention to the little steps that you can take. When you are thinking of, let's say, writing a book, okay, what most people do is the end of it is focusing on the launch and who they talk to. Oh, this is so overwhelming, I'm not gonna start. You gotta take little steps by little steps, right? That book might take a year or 2 years. It's fine. There's no timeline. You know, you've never done it before. So sometimes the brain goes, oh, that's gonna take a long time. oh my God, that's going to take a year. Oh, that's going to take 5 years. Oh, there's no point. Same with a dream body. Oh no, it's going to take too long. How do you know when you haven't done it before? And also, at the same time, you are here for the long game. This is life. You are here, for a long time, right? Hopefully, we all are, hopefully. You've got to collapse time. You've got to forget about the timeline. You've got to forget about how long it's going to take, because so many people stop themselves from taking the most little steps because they see the whole picture, they see how much time it will take. You've got to think about when you see a whole staircase, right? Don't look at all the steps. Look at the first step. If you want to write a book, what do you need to do to start the ball rolling? Do you need to go on Google and do some searches? Do you need to go on YouTube and listen to somebody's masterclass around how to create your first book? Do you need to read more books and see how the writing is and the writing style and how did they start, and looking at the structure of the book? And then maybe it would be for you to open a Google Doc and starting to write every single day. I promise you, by the time it's like 3 months or 4 months, you would have done a lot of more things than staying put. So remember, this is how you create momentum. It's by taking baby actions every single day. Set a timer. If something is really important to you, set a timer every single day for 5 minutes, just for you to allow yourself to think about what you want, to write down lists, to write down a plan. You are so resourceful. You've got the internet, you've got your phone, you've got a computer perhaps, you've got a network of people that you can access. You can get supported by your family, your friends, a Facebook group, a blog, a professional, a coach like me, a teacher, a mentor. Like, the world is your oyster. You're not alone. We are so lucky to have access to the internet. We are so lucky that we are able in one moment to find all the answers that we need. Now, the key for you is to really take the time to allow yourself to take those actions every day, like baby steps, and really doing it again and again and again. So if you apply those 5 steps those 5 pillars that I've shared with you today, you're gonna make a lot of progress. You're gonna be able to get out of the rut that you are in, or the stagnant energy that you are in, and be able to create momentum and create the life that you want. But it starts with you. So if you have any questions whatsoever about this masterclass, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I'll be more happy then to create another video for you if it needs to be. And remember that in-person event, sending you so much love. Have the most wonderful day. You will give me a huge favor if you could like this video and if you could subscribe as well, because I want as many people as possible to see, all of that, and for a message to be shared, and for people to stop being stuck in that rut and start taking charge of their life. So that's really important to me. That's my mission. If you can help me on my mission, it can be our mission. Sending you so much love, and I speak to you very soon.